Hey there, Salem fanatics. Welcome back to the channel for another deep dive into our favorite messy town. If you have been paying attention to the latest sneak peek photos for the June 3rd episode, you already know that DiMera is absolutely front and center. The DiMera heir has a million things going on right now. Between the supposed success of bringing his sister Lexi back from the dead, his highly illegal experimental drugs, dealing with his son Johnny's family crisis, and of course, double-crossing literally everyone in his orbit, EJ's a busy man. But let's be real for a second. EJ's massive ego is writing checks his science simply cannot cash. And these new preview photos prove that his entire house of cards is about to come crashing down in the most spectacular way possible. First up, let's talk about the mad scientist himself, Dr. Wilhelm Rolf. In the newly released photos, we see Dr. Rolf emerging from the infamous DiMera tunnels, and guys, he looks incredibly grim. There's a solo shot of him looking like someone just ran over his favorite test tube, followed by a series of photos showing an incredibly tense, heated conversation between him and EJ in the secret lab. We already know from the timeline that one of the lab rats resurrected with the Rizczech serum, the one they named Mark, was found dead. Yes, dead again. This is the ultimate nightmare scenario for EJ. I actually despise how arrogant EJ has been during this entire storyline. He has been parading around Salem, acting like he is the second coming of Stefano DiMera, playing God with people's lives. But here's the kicker. Stefano always had a backup plan. Stefano was a mastermind who understood the unpredictable nature of Rolf's science. EJ is just a desperate man in a very expensive suit. He promised Theo that his mother was back for good. He looked Abe Carver in the eye and acted like the hero of the century. If this Versavix drug is failing in the rats, it means it is going to fail in Lexi. Can you even imagine the psychological torture this is going to inflict on the Carver family? Lexi originally died in 2012 because of the toxic fumes in those very same DiMera tunnels. The irony that tunnel science brought her back, only to likely kill her again, is a level of Shakespearean tragedy that only Days of Our Lives can deliver. I predict that when Lexi starts showing physical symptoms of dying again, Abe is going to completely lose his mind. We've already seen hints that Abe will physically attack EJ, and honestly, I am totally Team Abe on this one. EJ deserves every single punch coming his way for treating human lives like a science fair project. And you won't believe what happens next in these preview photos. Enter Gwen Rizczech. Gwen drops by the DiMera mansion, and let me tell you, there is absolutely no love lost between these two. In 3 different photos, we see EJ and Gwen holding drinks, standing in the mansion, and looking like they are ready to rip each other's throats out. They are exchanging some seriously harsh words, and the tension is off the charts. A lot of fans think Gwen is just being her usual chaotic self, but I actually think she is holding all the cards right now. Remember, Gwen is the one financing this secret lab! She poured her money into the Rizczech project, and recently, EJ arrogantly announced that he was cutting her share of the profits. Are you kidding me, EJ? You do not cross Gwen Rizczech when it comes to money or power. I know Gwen gets a lot of hate from the fandom for what she did to Abigail and the Devereaux family, but I have to admit, I love her messy, vindictive energy. She is the daughter of Jack Devereaux, but she schemes with the ruthlessness of a DiMera. There is a solo shot of Gwen standing outside the mansion after their fight, staring intently at her phone with a wicked little smirk on her face. Oh, she is definitely setting him up. That smirk screams checkmate. My theory? She is texting Leo Stark right in that moment. We know Gwen has been pushing Leo to use his journalism skills to write a massive, career-ending expose on EJ's dirty deals and the failing experiments. EJ thinks he just put Gwen in her place, but Gwen is actually pulling the trigger on his total destruction. I am so here for Gwen burning EJ's empire to the ground. It is exactly the kind of soap opera payback we live for. But wait, the drama doesn't stop there. The most shocking photo of the June 3rd preview shows Paulina Price showing up at the DiMera mansion to visit EJ. Now, let's pause and think about this. Paulina and EJ absolutely despise each other. They have traded vicious insults for years. There is zero reason for Paulina to willingly step foot in that house unless she is completely desperate. And in the photo, they aren't screaming at each other. They aren't fighting. They both just look incredibly grim and somber. Why the sudden truce? 2 words: Chanel's cancer. We know that Chanel has just been diagnosed with malignant breast cancer while pregnant, and it is tearing the entire family apart. Chanel is terrified and is refusing the standard treatments because she wants to protect her unborn baby. Johnny DiMera, EJ's son, is beside himself with grief and is even stepping down as CEO to care for his wife. Paulina is the ultimate mama bear. She survived the abuse of TR Coates. She survived her own health scares, but watching her daughter face a potentially terminal illness is breaking her. I firmly believe Paulina is at the mansion to swallow her immense pride and beg EJ for help. She knows EJ has access to experimental DiMera science, endless funds, and world-class doctors. She is going to the devil himself to ask for a miracle to save Chanel and her grandchild. This brings up a massive moral debate. Will EJ actually show a shred of humanity and help Paulina? A lot of viewers think EJ only cares about himself, but I think his love for Johnny is his one true weakness. He might actually try to use DiMera resources to help Chanel. But here's the terrifying part. If EJ's science is currently failing Lexi, what on earth could it do to Chanel and her baby? If EJ offers Paulina an experimental cure, it could be a death sentence disguised as a miracle. It is a terrifying cliffhanger of a situation. EJ DiMera is currently fighting a multi-front war. He has a failing resurrection drug, a furious financial backer in Gwen, who is ready to leak his secrets to the press, and the heavy emotional burden of his son's dying wife. The walls are closing in on the DiMera mansion, and I honestly don't know how EJ is going to slither his way out of this one. What do you guys think? Will Gwen's expose be the final nail in EJ's corporate coffin? Will Paulina make a dangerous deal with EJ to save Chanel? And how long does Lexi really have left before the Versavix completely fails? Let me know all your thoughts and fan theories in the comments below. I love reading your predictions. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on all the juicy Salem drama. Until next time, stay messy, Salem fans.